Have you ever wondered what the process of buying a home here in Florida is really like? Maybe you're a first-time home buyer and have heard that we're seeing historically low interest rates, making this a great time to get into home ownership. Or maybe perhaps you have bought homes in the past, but we also know that the real estate industry has gone through a lot of changes here recently. So you may be wondering, what is the process like? You know, what do we have to go through? What are the steps that we go through to get into homeownership? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to cover, so stick around. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how easy it is to get into homeownership by breaking down the steps that our buyers go through when they're buying a resale home. And what I mean by resale is a home that was previously owned. And the reason why I wanted to highlight that is because the process of buying a brand new construction home could be very different. Another thing that I wanted to highlight is that this will be specific to the Florida market. The reason why I wanted to explain that is because I know I have a lot of people here on my social media networks that are from out of state, and the way we go about putting these transactions together can actually vary by market and by state. So this, what I'm about to share with you guys, is what a buyer goes through buying a resale home in Northeast Florida. So stick around, I can't wait to share this with you. Okay, the very first step in the process is to have a buyer's consultation. This step is super important because it's an opportunity for me to get to know you better, to really find out what it is that you want from this home, what's important to you and your family, and the real motivation behind it. The reason why I ask a lot of questions is because this is going to help me find exactly what you're looking for. So it's important to not skip this step. If you're brand new to me, we'll probably spend a lot more time during this process. And if you are someone that I'm already familiar with and know exactly what you want from your home, this might actually be one that goes really, really quick. But that's always the first step, have a buyer's consultation. Now, the second step is super important, and I'm not gonna have you skip this one. This one's super, super important. We have to do it up front, and that's to figure out exactly how you're gonna pay for this home. Now, we're gonna need a pre-approval letter if you are getting financing to buy this home, or we're gonna need proof of funds if you are paying in cash. So either way you decide to go is great, but we are gonna need either a pre-approval letter or proof of funds. If you decide to get financing, I do have some great recommendations from lenders in our area who could do a great job at getting you pre-approved and getting the mortgage that you need to be able to close on this home. Now, the next step is super easy. I'm going to go ahead and take all the information that I gathered from our buyer's consultation, and I'm also going to add on the information that I get from the pre-approval letter, which is going to showcase exactly the amount that you have been pre-approved to spend on your new home. And I'm going to go ahead and fine-tune your search to make sure that we get exactly the results that you want. Now, this next step is one that most buyers get really excited about. It's a lot of fun, and that's the actual choosing of your home. So how we're going to go about that is we're going to take the results of that fine-tuned search that I just made, and we're going to pick out the best ones for you. Now, we're going to set up appointments for you to physically walk through these homes with us and personally select the best one for you, or the other way of doing it is virtually. So I can set up the appointments and be there myself with my video camera and actually stream the video with you so that you can see and personally select this home, but not necessarily physically being there. So just know that there's a couple different ways that we can go about you selecting the right home for you and your family. Now, once you've selected the right home for you, now it's time to negotiate. Now, most people think of price when it comes to negotiations, and while that is a very important part of the negotiation, it's not all of it. We also want to take a look at terms. We want to make sure that your offer is presented in the best possible light and has the best chance of getting approved by the seller. Now, once we've had your offer accepted, there are a couple of things that need to happen fairly quickly and are very time sensitive. Number one is to have your earnest money deposit to the title company within 3 days and have all your home inspections scheduled and completed within 10 days. The reason why I like to group these two things together in the same category is because they both have to be done within a reasonable time soon after we have your offer accepted. Now, once we have completed inspections, we are going to figure out whether we are good to go to closing with the home as is, or if we need to negotiate any repairs on this home. That's going to depend on the results from the home inspection, but it's definitely a step that we need to look at in the real estate transaction. Now, once we completed inspections and all of the repairs have been negotiated, we're going to go through a period of time where things are going to get a little quiet on the home front. And the reason why that is because mostly in this stage of the transaction, you're going to be working with the lender, finding out exactly what it is that they need by providing the documents that they require for the loan. Now, part of that document, or documentation I should say, is to get an appraisal on that home that you're buying. So that gets done right around the time we cleared inspections. The lender's gonna go ahead and order an appraisal, and I'll be happy to cover what that is and what that does for you in another video, but just know there's an appraisal that has to be done at this time. Now, once we completed the appraisal, we completed all of the previous steps, now it's time to get to closing, but not quite yet. There's one more thing that we need to do. We need to do a final walkthrough of your home before the closing. And here's the reason why. We need to check on any repairs that may have been negotiated. We want to make sure that those are completed prior to closing. We want to do a final walkthrough just to make sure that the home is in the condition that you expected it to be right before closing. Don't miss that part. That's truly, truly important. Once you close on this home, it's yours. So this is kind of like your last opportunity to go look and make sure that it's in the condition that you want it before you sign on the dotted line. Now, last step, the most anticipated moment, the closing date. This is when you're actually going to be receiving the keys to your new home. There's a lot that goes involved with this, and this is where it's really important to have a lender that works well with the title company and also your realtor. So we all come together to make sure that you have your lending documents ready for signing at the title company, and I will help making sure that all of this goes smoothly so that way you can sign on your dotted line and get your keys and be all closed and funded. Now we're done. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the steps that our buyers go through on their journey to homeownership here in Northeast Florida. So I'd love to help you with any of this. If you have any questions about any of it, you'll know exactly how to reach me. But as a token of my appreciation for listening to this video and sharing it with anyone you know that would be interested in this topic, I'd love to give you a free gift. And that free gift can be downloaded right here in the link below. It is my free buyer's guide that can help you get prepared to get this process started. So don't miss out. Make sure that you download that free buyer's guide right now by clicking on the link below. And until next time, remember to take good care of yourself and be kind to one another. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.